This week we'll be reading Kipper and the Giants. Let's take a look at some of the words we will find in this book. Don't, old, I'm, time, house, came, yeah, saw, very, put, adventure, shouted, perhaps, outside. Some of the words in this book might be a bit challenging, so let's take a look at these challenging words we might find. Oh, there, people, called, program, lived, signpost, villages, frightened, bandage. Let's take a look at the front cover of Kipper and the Giants. Who is in the picture? That's not Kipper. So do you think that might be the giant? What type of person do you think this man is? Do you think he's happy or sad or angry? Maybe we should read the book to find out. What is the title of the book? What is this story's name? The title of this book is Kipper and the Giant. Who is the author of the book? The person who wrote the storyline of the book. The author of this book is Roderick Hunt. Who is the illustrator of the book? The person who drew the pictures for the story. The illustrator of the book is Alex Richter. Kipper was watching television. He was watching a program called The Angry Giant. He liked the program. The angry giant lived in a castle near a village. Nobody in the village liked the giant. He was always cross. When the giant was cross, he stamped his feet and the houses shook. "Oh no," everyone said. "He's cross again. He's always cross." Kipper went to find Chip, but he was out. He picked up the magic key and it began to glow. "Ooh," said Kipper. He ran to get Biff, but she was out with Chip. The magic began to work. It took Kipper inside the magic house. The magic took Kipper to the gate of the giant's castle. Kipper was frightened. He saw a signpost. It pointed to the village. He didn't want to meet the giants, so he went to the village. Kipper came to the village, but it was tiny. Kipper was a giant. "Oh no," said Kipper. "Go away," yelled the people. "We don't want you. We've got one giant. We don't want another one." The people threw things at Kipper. "Go away," they yelled. "We don't want another giant. We don't want you." "Stop it," shouted Kipper. "I'm not a giant. I'm a boy," the people said. "Well, you look like a giant." Kipper began to cry. "I'm not a giant," he said. "I'm a little boy, and I don't like this adventure." "Giants don't cry," said the people. "Perhaps he is a little boy, but he looks like a giant to us. Perhaps he can help us." Kipper helped the villagers to mend their houses. He put back the broken roofs. "Good old Kipper," everyone said. "The giant threw this big stone at us," said the people. "We don't want it, yeah?" Can you put it outside the village? Yes, said Kipper. I'll try. He picked up the stone and took it outside the village. Good old Kipper, everyone called. All the people liked Kipper. Thank you, they said. You have helped us a lot. The village band played for him. The giant came back. He was very angry when he saw Kipper in the village. I'm the giant, yeah? He shouted. He ran towards the village. Crash! He fell over the stone. Ouch! He yelled. The people were frightened, but Kipper went to help the giant. He picked up the giant's things and put a bandage round his head. Kipper was bigger than the giant. Be a good giant, said Kipper. Stop being angry, and the people will like you. So the giant stopped being angry. I'll try to be good, he said. Hooray! Shouted the people. Let's have a party. The key began to glow. It's time for me to go now, said Kipper. Goodbye. Thank you for the party. The magic took Kipper home. Nobody likes an angry giant, said Kipper. What an adventure! Let's look at page 12. Why did Kipper start to cry? Kipper was scared and he felt alone. And the people were throwing things at him and they didn't want him there. So I think he was crying because he was really sad and didn't know where to go or what to do. And he didn't like that adventure. It wasn't fun for him. Now let's take a look at page 22. Why do you think the giant stopped being angry? Do you think it was because he was lonely and he wanted to have friends? Do you think he might have felt bad for all the things he did and so he wanted to make up for it? Let's go through these words one more time. Don't, house, very, shouted, old, came, put, perhaps, I'm, yeah, adventure, outside, time, saw.